y'all doing? I'm back again. Today I'm going to cook traditional fish balls. Traditional fish balls. But before we do that, let me just share. Yes, I'm going to share to people traditional fish balls. Trust me, my people, this is this is live cooking. So when you're cooking live cooking, anything can happen. Yes, anything can happen. So live cooking, anything can happen. Yes. So today we are going to have fish ball the traditional way, with no oil, no palm oil, no coconut oil, because the last time I showed you a different one with coconut oil. But this, we are not going to do it with coconut oil. It's just peanut butter sauce with fish balls. Fish balls, these are the ingredients. Let me remove this thing, my glasses wiper. But it's live cooking, anything can happen. Anything can happen with live cooking. This is so easy. I have already made the fish, the peanut butter, because this is going to be so fast, it's unbelievable. You close your eyes, by the time you open your eyes, this is already, okay? So these are the ingredients. Let me bring this closer. These are the ingredients for what I'm going to cook now. So if you want to see what I'm going to do, please do not forget to subscribe, press the notification bell, so anytime I go live, you're gonna be the first one to be notified. Yes, this is live cooking. I'm just trying to share to see if anybody is interested to watch, because this is my food. Yes. So first of all, I have here peanut butter, which is about 4 tablespoons of peanut butter. Yes, 4 tablespoons of peanut butter paste. I have already boiled this in 1 liter of water for 30 minutes because I don't want the production to be so long. So, but I'm going to talk you through or walk you through. But first, I'm going to show you how to get the best of the best fish balls. Because of this is traditional fish balls I'm going to make. This is snapper fish. This is snapper. I've already put half a teaspoon of salt to season. I have here fresh ginger. I have here 3 cloves of garlic. I have here some tiny baby onions. I have here baby tomatoes, but you can use any tomatoes of your choice. I have here Scotch bonnet pepper and 1 Asian chili pepper. I have here thyme. I have black pepper and white pepper mixed, which is half tablespoon, but I'm going to show you. Let me remove this first because this is the main board for the ingredients. Let me bring I think I have to buy a small machine for for the easy part of the cooking. So I'm gonna bring it this one here over here, so I don't confuse my people who's going to watch this later. I don't want to confuse. So let me put the machine on. So go and wash my hands, because remember, cleanliness is next to godliness. It doesn't matter if because I'm going to wear gloves in this because of, let me wear my gloves, but I'll still rinse my hands. We are going to know how to make the perfect fish balls to give you the taste you are looking for, because you don't want bland fish balls at all. Because don't forget, the fish ball is the main star of the show. Is the main star of this show. So in here I have about 2 fish. I got this filleted already, but it's 2 fish, 2 fish. So it's 4 fillets. 4 fillets of fish. I'm going to put this inside here. This fish inside here. Yes. I'm going to put the fish inside this machine like that. Yes, this is 2 fish, so it's 4 fillets. So this is fresh thyme, because we need the thyme inside there with the stock. Don't worry, it's already been washed. And I need 3 garlic, half a root of ginger. These are baby onions. We can use any onions of your choice, just don't make it too much. And this is 1 Scotch bonnet pepper and 1 green long chili. And these are baby tomatoes. And this is a 1/4 spoon of white pepper and black pepper, because you need the taste. And I need this liquid because of it's already, I use that to put that salt in that. So I'm going to move this a bit and get myself 1 cube of Maggi, 1 cube of Star Maggi, because this is the authentic way. Let me raise this a bit. Yes, I'm doing fish balls, the authentic fish balls, authentic one. When I say authentic, authentic. So in there, if you haven't seen, you just join in. Make sure it's happening. Make sure you watch this. So now I'm going to blend. I'm blending out my fish ball. Because it's fish ball, so I have to tease it a bit. Oh, the smell of the garlic, the ginger, the thyme, the onion, the tomato, the Scotch bonnet pepper is going to just give me the most delicious, when I say delicious, the most delicious fish ball. Yes. The secret in this, if I was going to use like oil or palm oil to cook these fish balls, I was going to add a little bit of peanut butter. But because of I'm not going to do that, I'm just going to cook Yes. So now it's done. It looks like this. Yes. If you just join, whoever is on that line, if you just join, this is the authentic way of making the best of the best fish ball, because of I'm going to cook peanut butter sauce without no coconut oil, without no oil. Yes, this is the healthy version of peanut butter. So I'm going to turn the camera now so we go near the pots. Okay, turn the camera. I want the camera to go near the pot properly so we can show right inside the pot. Okay, I think that's enough. All right. So I have already put 4 tablespoons of peanut butter and boiled that for about 30 minutes because I don't want the production to be so long. 1 liter of water and 4 tablespoons of peanut butter paste, boiled for 30 minutes. I'm going to just reintroduce it again to this pot. So I'm going to remove the fish balls inside here because I need to wash the blender because I'm going to blend other things. Some people will just say, okay, let me just blend it because I'm blend free. No, because of if you do that, you're going to have some fluffiness in the sauce we don't want. We want this to be very clean sauce. Very, very clean. Trust me, for those of you who are going to watch this now or later, you're going to enjoy eating this kind of peanut butter sauce with no oil, and this is very healthy. There's no oil in it. And then I always advise my people, I'm washing this. It's live cooking, you have to expect washing. Live cooking, we have to expect washing of stuff. That peanut butter is 4 tablespoons of peanut butter, but it starts already to, so we're going to come back here as that is boiling. Let's come back here so I can show you the ingredients I'm going to put in that machine. But first, because of I've already used this to blend this, but I'm going to talk you through what I've put in here. Because I used this already, so I'm going to wash it. I'm going to wash it. Yes, this is how you wash this Ninja machine. Okay. And then the best fish to make fish ball with is white fish. Because of, I'm not gonna lie, I don't like renky fish on fish balls. I don't at all. So here I have few baby tomatoes. Please, if you cannot handle spice, make sure that you skip this amount of spice I'm going to show you now. This, I'm going to put all this spice. If you cannot handle spice, please, because I have about 5 or 6 spice in there. Because of I have already put some ginger and garlic in here, so I have to reduce the amount I'm going to put because that's what cooking is about. You have to measure, because I have already half a root of ginger in this the fish ball, and then I have already 3 garlic inside there, so I have to minimize what I'm putting inside this blender now. Half a root of ginger and 2 garlic. If you don't like garlic, it's optional, because I love garlic. Okay, so now I'm going to add, I just put another one there, a lonely one I just find. I love garlic. I just think that garlic just enhance cooking. Garlic just make cooking so delicious. I have 1 cup of water here because I need this to blend properly. 1 cup of water. I have already used 1 liter of water to boil the peanut butter paste. Okay, because I don't want it to be too blend. So let's go back to the pot, because we call this granite soup. This, we don't need any oil, no different. We don't need coconut oil, we don't need palm oil, we don't need sunflower oil, we just need the natural oils which are coming out of the peanut butter. That's the only thing we are going to cook with this sauce today. So now I'm going to add, I put 1 cup of water in this to blend. I'm going to add the pepper and the garlic and the ginger. Okay? And now I have half an onion here, and then some of those, the leftover small baby onions. I'm going to add it like this. You don't need to chop it, you can chop it very rough. It doesn't matter. Okay? You don't need any tomato puree in this cooking. As you all know me, I love my chicken feet. I have already pre-cooked this chicken feet. I love my chicken feet. Yes. I love. Here I have, because of it was 1 teaspoon of black pepper and white pepper mix made by me, but I divide it into 2. I use a quarter to put in the fish ball, and then this is the remaining. So I'm going to just add it in this pot. And I still have some Scotch bonnet pepper, and then fresh thyme. Because of it was a little bit of a bundle of fresh thyme, I use a little bit to put in the fish ball to give it that aromatic smell. And then I'm going to use this like this inside there like that. And then I'm going to put a lime. Cut the lime, but you just want this amount. You just want this amount, no more than this. You squeeze it in the peanut butter sauce. So now I have to move out. Okay. So now I have the fish balls there. I have the fish balls there. So let me get my seasoning. Everything is here now. The only thing I need now here, I need 3 cubes of Maggi. Because why I need 3 cubes? There's 1 already inside the fish bowl. Yes, I need 3. 1, because don't forget we are using fresh ingredients. You don't overpower your cooking. The fish ball, I seasoned the fish ball already with half a teaspoon of salt, and this Maggi cube have salt, and then this fish ball is going to release more salt in the cooking. So you can taste later. I'm just going to get another cup of water. Let's say it's about 2 cups of water there. I just add. So all in all, I can say I've used 1 liter earlier to boil the peanut butter paste. Yes, because some people ask why boiling the peanut butter is already been roasted. No, but when you are cooking sauces like this, it doesn't matter. There's a funny smell of peanut butter when it's not cooked. There's another dish. It's up to you. If you want, you can cook it maybe for 5 minutes or 10 minutes. But when you are cooking this kind of dish, you need the peanut butter. Although yes, it has already been roasted, it's not harmful. You can eat it how you want it. But when you are cooking this kind of dishes, you need the peanut butter to boil. So because I don't want the production to be so long, so I pre-boil the peanut butter paste for 30 minutes. I put 1 liter of water in the pot and boil it for 30 minutes. So this one is not going to be wasted anymore. So now I'm going to put the fish ball directly into this pot like this. Make sure you don't make it tight. You don't make the fish ball tight, because when the fish ball is tight, it's not going to absorb the flavor in the sauce, because you're going to lock all the holes. So just make it very loose. Make the fish ball very loose like this, so it can absorb the deliciousness in this pot. It's an easy meal to cook. Yes, but I don't want the production to be too long because I'm very busy today. Yes, just give it a few moles. Just give it a few moles, because when you are making sauces like this, please do not use herrings. I know some people like herrings but to me herrings can be very fishy, or this kind of cooking. So use because of this is red snapper, but you can use haddock, cod, because of if it was in Africa, I can say use shinos, use kuta. You can use, but because of we are in Europe, that's why I said you can use haddock, you can use cod, but just make sure that if you are using cod, because cod is very tasteless, so you have to season the fish properly. Yes, this way. So just make it very loose, so because you need the sauce to go in the fish ball. But if you make it like this, let me show you like this, very tight, very tight. You can find out when you are eating it, the inside can be very bland, because of there is no space for the sauce to go in. So that is why you need to make it just rough, so the sauce can go inside the fish ball. Yes, this is a very good dish. It's very healthy as well, very healthy, because of there's no oil, no cholesterol, nothing. It's only the natural oil from the peanut, and this peanut is homemade peanuts. So it's just everything in here is very healthy, very healthy. Okay, and then it's just only 4 tablespoons of peanut butter, because I don't like to cook with a lot of peanut butter. I don't, because when you cook with a lot of peanut butter, It makes the sauce become very thick. Although yes, I have another method of peanut butter sauce I will show you in the future, which is a Gambian way of cooking peanut butter. Very, very thick. Very, very thick. But for us, this is it. This is going to be now absorbing all this wonderfulness. Let me tease it a bit, because you have to be careful when you are stirring this. Just make sure that you stir this periodically. You just take your time to stir this, because of, don't forget, the fish ball is very, very loose. It's very, very loose, and we don't want it to be all over the place. It's very, very loose. So that is why you have to be very careful when you are stirring this. You don't stir it with force. You stir it just careful, 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 careful. And then definitely you don't want too much. You don't want too much of you don't want a lot of peanut butter in this kind of cooking, because of it's going to boil, reduce nicely, so the peanut butter is going to be a little bit loose. But when the peanut butter is too much, it can be very, very, don't get me wrong, other nationality, they like it very, very thick. I have other Ghanaian dish, which the peanut butter, you just have to cook it for 5 minutes after everything is boiled. It's not my favorite, but because of I want to show you different method of cooking peanut butter sauce, in the future I'm going to show you that. So I'm going to add prawns here later. Yes. So now I've got 2 okra washed very, very clean, because we need this for the rice. And then I have myself local aubergine. Let me show you the local aubergine. Let me wash it first. Clean. We need to wash. Cleanliness is next to godliness. Everything. Although it's going to boil, if there's any germs there, it's going to kill it. But it's the thoughts that counts. Thoughts. Always. I am cooking. So, see? Yes. We're just going to leave this now to boil. You make sure you be very, very careful. So you see how bloated those fish balls are. So all the sauce is going to go inside the fish. So make sure that you don't use a renky fish like a mackerel. Well, I shouldn't say that, because of it depends your preference of fish. But for me, this kind of sauce, you don't want renky, because if you cook this with the fishy fish, because you know all fish have rank, but you don't want too much. I think you don't want too much of oily fish in this cooking. But if your preference, you like oily fish, it's up to you. But I always prefer to cook this kind of cooking with less ranky fish. Yes. Use like a red snapper, like I'm using a red snapper. Use red snapper, or use haddock. You can use sea bass. You can use any red fish. You can use any fish with white fish. You can use any white fish. It's better to cook this kind of dish. But when you cook this with oily fish, as soon as you start to eat it, you're gonna get fed up because of the smell is going to be like overpowering. You know? Because for me, I like mackerel in like smoked mackerel, like when I'm cooking, and like with palm oil, or if I'm doing fried soup, I fry it very dry. That's how I like my mackerel. Or maybe grill. But to this kind of dishes, I don't like mackerel at all. Mackerel is not the best fish for this kind of dish. So don't forget, stir this and rinse the spoon. Stir periodically. Yes, but you have to be very careful. Very careful, because you don't want to mash up the fish balls. Yes. So now I'm going to leave this now to boil until the water go right down. Because don't forget the other ingredients like the onions, they have to cook. Although the peanut butter is already cooked. So that is not a problem. It doesn't matter in this kind of cooking if the peanut butter is overcooked or whatever. It's not a problem at all. But you don't need that roasted smell in the peanut butter. Like the fish ball, if I was going to cook, I was going to fry the fish balls, I could have added peanut butter, a little bit, like a teaspoon of peanut butter in the fish balls. But in this kind of cooking, you don't need to add any peanut butter in the fish balls at all. At all. You don't need it. But if I was going to cook it with like fried soup, I was going to cook it in any kind of other method, I could have put a little bit of peanut butter in the fish balls when I was blending the fish ball. But because of this kind of sauce, you don't need it, because of you are going to cook it in peanut butter already. So you don't need it inside. Just put your garlic. I put 3 garlic in the fish ball. I put 3 garlic. I put half a root of ginger. I put thyme, fresh thyme. I put 1 Maggi cube, because I've already seasoned the fish with half a teaspoon of salt. And then you put a little bit of tomatoes, onion, you blend it together, and black pepper, you blend it together. Because of it's 2 fish, so it was like 4 fillets, but it's 2 fish. Okay? Because I'm going to add another ingredient, and then I put half a lime, just half, not even 50% of the lime, just half, like this. When you get the lime like this, cut it. This half you need, because you don't want to sour, but because of I'm cooking fish and peanut butter, you need that inside. So cooking is just ideas. You just have to know. When you are cooking, you just have to know the amount of the things, ingredients you are using. Because don't forget, less is more. Less is more. You can add in, but you cannot take out. That is why always when you are cooking, less is more. I will show you the method, but you have to use your imagination to say that less is more. Any cooking you are doing, always less is more. And then don't over seasoning your whatever you are cooking. Don't over season your protein. I always say that to my people, don't over season. Actually, when you are using fresh ingredients, you're not going to taste the food. These are Madagascar prawns, but I remove the skin because I'm going to put this last minute. So always don't over season, because when you over season, you're not going to taste any of the ingredients of the protein. you are cooking with. Especially if you have to season overnight. If you have to season your food, like for me, I finished that fish last night. So I just make sure that I just season with only salt, half a teaspoon of salt, because I know I'm going to use fresh ingredients. And then this, I'm cooking this authentic way. I'm not going to use any Asian spice like cumin or whatever. No Asian spice at all, because of in there I have fresh garlic. Let me come nearer. Because normally you have to put like a rosemary, because there's thyme there already, cumin, star anise, but because of its fresh ingredients and fresh fish, all the ingredients in here, the only thing which is not fresh is the black pepper and white pepper mix, but everything is fresh. So that is why make sure that when you are seasoning, like when I season the fish overnight, it's only half a teaspoon of salt I season, because it was yesterday I prepared the fillets, the fish fillet. So I just season it with half, because I know that I'm going to put fresh garlic, fresh ginger, fresh thyme, fresh pepper, fresh onion, fresh tomatoes, fresh, so that is why you have to be very, very careful. Okay? I've already, so you don't put any tomato puree in this kind of cooking. No tomato puree. The only thing is I'm going to add a little bit of tomatoes, because the tomatoes I used was not enough. So I'm going to look for a can of tomatoes if I have any. Yes, I do. So I'm not going to even put the whole can, I'm going to put a little bit. This is the can of tomatoes. I'm just going to put a little bit, because I've already put few tomatoes in there. So just a little bit, I'll show you the amount. Because we need that authenticness of the sauce. Right. This is the amount I'm going to add now. But because of this plum tomato, I'm going to mash it up with my hands. My clean hands. Like this. And add it. See? But you can use any tomatoes of your choice. If I didn't use any tomatoes in the fish balls, if I didn't use few tomatoes when I was blending, I could have put a whole can of that canned tomato. But because of I have already used a little bit in the fish ball, I have already used a little bit inside when I was blending the spice. So that is why I put that half, because you don't want anything here to be, see? That okra, you don't cut the head, because if you cut the head, it's going to mash up, and it's going to thicken this sauce, and we don't want this okra to thicken the sauce. We just want it to cook. So when I'm eating, I can have something to eat it with the rice. I'm gonna just leave this now to boil. Towards the end, I'm gonna add those prawns, but right now it's not ready yet to add. So I just like traditional cooking. I love traditional cooking. Yes, because of when our people, my African people was doing this kind of cooking, they were not having all these spices now we use now in Europe, like for star anise, turmeric, cardamom pods, and then all kind of spices. They were not having them by then, so they cook it like that traditionally. So that is why I always want to imitate that traditional cooking because of you just use natural flavors. Natural flavors. Natural flavors is very, very authentic. It makes the food taste better. Yes, if I'm using like fried soup or whatever, everything I fry, I can put like those cardamom powder, star anise, you know, because any sauce you cook, you have to know what and what. Because I find out that a lot of people use the same ingredients to cook all their meals. Every meals, they use palm oil, they will use the same ingredients. They use sunflower oil, they will use the same ingredients. They use coconut oil, they will use the same ingredients. And then cooking, you have to know the ingredients to use for fish or meats. Even the meats, you have different type of meats. You have to use different type of ingredients. Because you have lamb, you have mutton, you have cow meats. All that, they have different ingredients to use. Because if you use the same ingredients for all your cooking, all the time when you cook, you're going to have the same taste in any food you cook. And you don't want that. You want the taste of your food to be different. You want always the taste of your food to be very, very different. Anything you taste is supposed to be different. Anything. So I'm just trying to imitate the traditional way of cooking. Especially when I'm cooking African food. If I'm cooking European food, I have no option. If I'm cooking European food, I have no option. I have to put some of the ingredients, you know. Like, because of his fish, in this sauce I'm cooking, I'm supposed to put rosemary. But traditionally, when this kind of cooking was invented, we don't know about rosemary at all. So that is why I'm not adding the rosemary. But if you want, because of fish, because rosemary goes very well with fish, you can add rosemary, but me, I'm not adding rosemary in this. I want to cook this the traditional way. The traditional way. I don't want to add any rosemary. You see, the sauce is going inside the fish ball very, very well. And when you're eating it, you can enjoy it. But when the fish ball is too tight, the outside is tasty, but the inside is bland. Because you don't make pocket for the sauce to go inside the fish ball. That is why you don't make the fish ball too tight. And then when you are blending the fish ball, always make sure that the fish ball is dry. When you are blending the fish ball, make it dry. Because if it's not dry, if it's not dry, you have to tighten the fish ball. If not, it's gonna smash up. But this one, look. See? Very, very firm. But all the sauce is inside the fish ball. So when you are biting into the fish ball, it's just going to taste so good. Yes. So now I'm going to taste now for salt. Oh, yes. Jesus. I need a pinch. When I say a pinch of salt. Oh, sorry, I didn't show you. It's just a pinch of salt. Well, with salt, it depends. Some people like eating a lot of salt, but me, I'm not a big salt eater. So I can say in this whole cooking is it's a teaspoon of salt in this whole cooking because there's Maggi already. The Maggi is very salty. I have about 4 Maggi in here because I put 1 in the fish bowl and I put 3. So this now it can be eaten with check rice, or I'm gonna eat this with the okra and the garden eggs. This is the local garden eggs. Yes. The spice I use to cook this, please make sure that if you don't have a tolerance like me, please be careful. If you don't have spice tolerance, I can say please be careful. I'm going to wash my ninja now, put a little bit of soap. So please close your ears. Put a little bit of soap. This ninja machine is a very good machine. You have to just put the soap. Let me show you. Put the soap inside the ninja machine. Like that. Just invest in this one. You will not regret it. And you can, if you make your soup, you want to warm it, you can warm your soup here. You can warm your soup here. You can do a lot of things with this ninja machine. This is the way to wash it. See? Because you wash it only for a few seconds to remove all the bad things in the blade. Now I'm gonna just put water now to rinse. Rinse it. You have to invest in this. It does a lot of stuff. A lot. Yes. Because some machine you cannot able to see, rinse it. So now the blade, the machine is all clean. See? Best machine ever. I'm glad I invest on that. Yes, I'm going to try to get a little one. So now let's come back to this pot. Yes. And the best rice to eat, it depends the rice you like. It depends the rice you like. The best rice to eat with this is brown rice. Brown rice. I will show you the packet now. The best rice to eat with this, but it depends. If you don't like it, you like that the perfume rice. Perfume rice, I like to eat perfume rice like basmati. I like to eat that with curry or stew. But this kind of traditional cooking, you have to eat the rice with traditional rice, because of our brown rice is the traditional rice. When I was growing up in Africa, is, you see why you don't use a lot of peanut butter. So this is going to cook now, and then this is going to reduce and reduce. So because if you put a lot of peanut butter, as soon as the sauce, you put the sauce off, this is going to be very thick, and then you don't want to add water in the sauce you have already cooked. It's going to be very, very thick, unless if you make it thick, as soon as you make it, you're gonna eat it straight away. But if you are not going to eat it straight away, Less is always more. Always more. This is how you want your peanut butter to. I'm just going to leave this to reduce a little bit so I can add my Madagascar prawns in there to give me that last minute stock, because that alone is a Maggi by itself. So cooking is, I love cooking. I know I always say it, I love cooking. I always say that I love cooking because I love cooking. Because some people by this time they will say, oh, I'm not going to cook anymore because when I'm cooking nobody's watching. But it doesn't matter, because if you put what you are doing on camera, I think that's a bonus to you. When you put something you love to do on camera, maybe I'm saving 1 or 2 people's life. People who did not know how to cook, they want to eat specific African food, but they don't know how to cook it. If they come across it, they will say, oh, this is because African, we just put things together and become nice. You don't need to be measuring, You just follow your eyes and watch the ingredients I use, and you go and just do the same. But sometimes when you have like a measurement of everything, you're not gonna get it right, because by the time you go through the menu, by the time you go through the recipe, you get fed up. You get fed up. Actually, if you are somebody who cannot read recipe well, you get fed up because of. Sometimes that's why I always say live cooking is if you are not busy, live cooking is very good. Because just imagine if I have to measure all these things. Maybe in your house you don't have a scale. You don't have a scale to measure. You don't have houses. You don't have anything. You just have basic utensils in your house. So you're not able to cook it. Sometimes it's nice to put it on camera, but because I have a lot of stuff I've already put on camera. Some are European, Asian, but because I cook all the time, so I'm not going to say I like to put my cooking on camera, people to see what I'm cooking. If they want to learn, they learn. If they want to watch, because of cooking, it's not like I know how to cook than everybody, but everybody have their own method of cooking. So maybe if I see yours, I will learn from yours, and then if you see mine, you're going to learn from mine. You see? That's what all cooking. It doesn't mean that I'm a better cook than some of you watching. No. But we all have different method of cooking. You see? So now this is almost done. I'm just going to add this stock to cook for 5 minutes and off it. The cooking is done. Because as soon as those Madagascar prawns change color, they are cooked. They're just going to add the sweetness from this wonderful cuisine. It's done. Very healthy. Let me show you the rice. I said I'm going to show you the rice. This is the rice I like. This is the brown rice I like. It's a traditional rice to cook, to eat with this. But you can eat any rice of your choice. Because some people don't like this rice. Sorry for the mess. So this is live cooking. Live cooking, you have to see some mess. Yes. You have live cooking, nice. You have to see mess. You have to see. You have to hear some noise. Because it's live. Always when you are doing live thing. Because it's not edited. If it was edited, can have voiceover. Well, this is done. See, the prawns has changed color. It's done. As soon as they change color like that, they're done. Okay? So this is how you cook peanut butter. Let me just, oh yes, it's done. Oh yes, it's done. You see, because of I keep the head and the tail, but if I could have cut the head and the tail, it could have been all over the place, and it could have make the sauce become slippery. And we don't want that because we are not cooking okra soup. This is it. I'm just going to video for my other angles. So it's done. Thank you very much if you are up there. Thank you. God bless you. Thank you very much. This is done. I'm just on a video for my under handles. Hello my people, today I just cook fish ball in peanut butter with no form of oil at all. No oil. It's only fish ball, some lonely chicken feet inside there, and some prawns. Please do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Jamila Kamara Food, and my TikTok, Jamila K1, my Instagram, Jamila K1. Thank you very much.